Hello and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I really do appreciate it. If the music is too loud, let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm on my wrong account, so I need to sign into this one. Thanks so much for everyone who's tuned in. Hopefully everything is okay with the stream. Please let me know. Chris, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. How are you doing? And Callum as well, thank you so much for tuning in. I have labeled the stream a little bit differently, so if you would leave a like, I would really appreciate it, because I don't think I'm going to have as many people in. So I'd really appreciate any help for today. Ollie, thank you so much for tuning in as well. How you doing, my friend? I'm good, thanks for asking. That's very good. And Callum, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Yes, so hope everyone is doing okay. I'm just getting rid of some notifications. I'm doing good, thank you. That's really good. Really good to hear everyone is doing okay. Hopefully the screen's okay. The camera looks a little bit better than usual, which is weird. My prediction is Brighton 1, Liverpool 2. It won't be easy. Brighton been unlucky this season. Very good team, but I expect us to do the job up the Reds. So if we have a look at the table, Brighton have scored 13 goals this season, which I read is more than Manchester City, who've only scored 10 goals this season. And they've conceded 15, which is one less than Liverpool. So that's really interesting. However, they are 16th in the table with just 2 wins so far. Personally, I can't see a way that Liverpool don't win this game despite the injuries they have. Yeah, so I don't think Brighton will get the victory or anything like that, but I do think it will be tight. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Liverpool. Major man, thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I'm going to go a 3-1 win to Liverpool in this one. That's my prediction. We have a go look at the team lineups real quick. I actually like our lineup. I don't know why our fans are complaining. Yes, we'll go through the team lineups now. So Ryan is in goal for the hosts, as always. White, Dunk, and Webster in the back 3. Solly March and Veltman are the wing backs. Gross, Basuma, and Connolly, and then up front, Danny Welbeck, who's had some terrible injury problems of late. And then Neil Maupay as well. On the team for Liverpool, Alisson is in goal. Back 4 of Nico Williams, Nathaniel Phillips, Fabinho, Robertson, Milner, Wijnaldum, Firmino, Minamino, Jota, and Salah. So I'll get through to. I actually like our lineup. As I don't know why our fans are complaining. Could I share a poll? I think the poll would get taken away if it's a link. I just have it so people can't post loads of links, because when I first started streaming I used to get links all the time. Ham Dane, thank you for tuning in. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Massive boot for us that Lamptey is suspended. Yes, a big plus. On the bench for Brighton, Alzati, Byrne, Malumbi, Adam Lallana, obviously former Liverpool player, Jahan Bash, Steele, and Leonardo Trossard. Some players on the bench for Liverpool: Henderson, Jones, Mane, Origi, Adrian, Chisimacus, is that how it's pronounced? The Greek lad, and then Reece Williams, of course. So there are some players missing for both sides. We'll go through some of the injuries now. Lamptey is suspended, of course. McAllister is ill, and Walton and Andone are both injured. Missing out for Liverpool, massive list, of course. Virgil van Dijk is injured, Shaqiri is injured, Oxlade-Chamberlain is injured, Keita is injured, Gomez is injured, Alexander-Arnold is also injured, Thiago Alcantara is also injured. So I've seen a lot of Klopp moaning about the schedule. I will never agree with any Premier League manager who thinks they have a tough schedule. Most of the time. There was a little bit of where I felt sorry for Mourinho when they were having to play Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. or Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or whenever, when they had the League Cup, the Europa League qualifying, and also they had the Premier League as well. So they had all 3 games. That's when I sort of felt sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for someone that have to play Wednesday and Saturday morning. I really don't. Hereford had to play a month of playing Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes they played Saturday, Monday, Thursday as well, because they were in the FA Trophy, they were in the League Cup, they were in the league as well, and some games have been postponed, and they were also in the Herefordshire Senior Cup as well, or whatever it's called. So they're playing games every single week, 3 times a week for about a month, and they got on with it. They didn't complain. They couldn't train. They're having to do training on the pitch, drawing they were doing training for the players who weren't involved. They were doing the training on the pitch pre-match and drawing half-time to try and get them some training as well. So that's how it worked out. So I'm not going to feel sorry for somebody playing Wednesday night, Thursday, Saturday morning. I really don't. I don't care what he has to say. I really don't. I'm not on board with it at all. Great to see Simon Thomas back presenting. Is what channel is that on? Sky? Is he still on Sky? I'm looking a bit washed out today. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. So I think Chelsea will win 1-0 against Spurs. No, Simon was on Amazon Prime last night for Palace versus Newcastle. Yeah, I have an Amazon Fire Stick or Fire TV, and I couldn't find the remote for it, so I signed up on my phone to use it on my phone, and it wasn't working, so I couldn't actually watch it. And I couldn't find my iPad, which is actually by the TV, so I don't know why I couldn't see it. So yeah, we'll go through the games at the weekend in a minute. We could be top at the end of the weekend if we win and Tottenham fail to beat Chelsea. By the way, rest in peace, Maradona. Yeah, really sad to hear about Maradona. Obviously, one of the best players from that era and one of the best players that we have ever seen on the planet. And it is really sad that he has passed away. Had a lot of health issues, and that's very sad when these things happen to everyone. It is really sad, and he will be missed amongst many, of course. But yeah, really sad news. It's quite a young age as well, 60 for sure. By the way, our meets Madonna. Brighton 2, Liverpool 2. So you're going for a draw. That'd be really interesting. You're going for Burnley to beat Man City. I really don't think so. I've gone for a 2-1 on the Super 6. I've gone for a slight win for City, but I think they might struggle. So that is my thinking there. Rest in peace to the greatest of all time, Maradona, in my opinion. Like I say, for me, I've said this before, Messi is the best in the world ever, because he's the best player I've ever seen. And I can't go back in time and watch. You can look at clips and stuff, but you're not going to see everything. For me, Messi's the best. But they're all good in their own. I think when you're young, you'll probably see somebody in 30 years' time. There'll be someone else who's absolutely extraordinary. But we'll be like, a lot of people like my sort of age and younger will be like, oh no, Messi's the best of all time, best I've seen, because we were young at the time. If that makes sense. So I think that's something to consider. If that makes sense. I think when you're young, you're more impressionable. And I also think as well, when you're young, I can't remember what I was going to say. You're sort of more attached. And what I was going to say is, when people retire, they sort of we build them up to be sometimes better than they were, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense. Or and then other times we appreciate them far more than we did, if that makes sense. Man City 4-0, so you're going for City to win comfortably. The Kid J, thank you for tuning in. How you doing, my friend? Brighton 0, Liverpool 2, so you're going for a Liverpool 2-0. I think Pelé is the greatest of all time. I mean, Pelé was a slight. Maradona and Messi are more similar than Pelé. Different sort of player, really. I can't compare them. They're all good in their own way. Yeah, definitely. And we will probably see someone in our lifetime that's even better than all of them. I feel anyway, because of the way training and preparation of things are going, that we will see somebody a lot better than those in the future. And when we do, they'll be just unbelievable. But you know, Messi is very good, as is Maradona, as is Pele, as is George Best, and you know, whoever else you admire. Spurs definitely still have a chance to win the league. Yeah, I mean, of course, we're not far in. Sheffield United could win the league, but they probably won't. But yeah, they have got a chance to win the league. At the top of the league, they should be aiming to try and do their best to win the league. Chelsea won, Tottenham won, Southampton won, Manchester United won, Man City 4, Burnley 0, Arsenal 2, Wolves 0, Southampton 0, Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. So I will have a look at the fixtures now. Just hit my smooth goal there. Right, okay, so there is a lot of games taking place this weekend, as always. There's a lot of games taking place at 3, but some at 12:30 and some at 1 o'clock today for the FA Cup second round ties. Now, so the Premier League games we will just focus on for a minute. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Liverpool. At 3 o'clock, I've gone a 2-1 win to Manchester City. Like I said, I think it'll be tight. I don't think it'll be a comfortable win for City at all. 5:30, we find Everton and Leeds, and I think Everton will get the victory there. 8 p.m, we find West Brom versus Sheffield United, which sounds absolutely horrendous. I think West Brom will probably get the better of Sheffield United in that one. Then there's some games tomorrow, of course. 2 p.m, Southampton versus Manchester United. For me, I think Southampton will win that game. I think that would be quite a big shock, but I do fancy Southampton for that one. 4:30, Chelsea versus Tottenham. Chelsea always seem to have the better of Tottenham, so for that reason, I'm going for Chelsea in that one. And Arsenal, I will go to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers. Monday, Leicester will beat Fulham, and West Ham versus Aston Villa could go either way, actually. I'd probably go with a draw for that one, just because they're quite well matched. But those are just my opinions, of course. Swansea Union, I think I was tuning in. Toby, how you doing? I think I was joining the stream. Definitely not Sheffield United. Yeah, so you're all getting in your predictions. That's just how I envision the games going for sure. West Ham 1, Aston Villa 0. You're going for a West Ham win as well, Chris. Leicester to win 4-0 against Fulham. Yeah, I suppose. How is it? I assume you mean how's it going? Yeah, it's not going too bad. Toby, how is life with you? Oh, come on, Mike. I think it'll be 2-3 in favour of Tottenham. Just like when you went to Wembley, they got the better of you. When they played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they got the better of you. In the League Cup, in the semi-finals, they won on penalties. I just think they seem to beat you. So yeah, pretty down at the moment. What's the matter, Toby? Feel free to tell me. If you fancy not telling me, feel free to reach out on Instagram or whatever. Yeah, just Carlisle versus Doncaster tomorrow. That's in the cup, right? Yeah, it is. It is football 2020, and it's all very, very unpredictable, which is something that we need to remember. Yeah, anything can indeed happen, but for me, that is what I'm going for. So we will keep an eye on the FA Cup games today while we are live, or while I'm live. One of my friends from college tuned in when he told me today that he watched my stream last week. So that's very, very kind of him. So if he does have a pop in the chat, which I imagine he won't, because he seems quite... keeps himself to himself, if you know what I mean. But yeah, if he does pop in, then it will. Or if you're watching, then feel free to say hi. Yeah, so we'll have a look at the game. So it's 12:30 in the Championship. Reading is taking on Bristol City. At 1 o'clock in League 2, Port Vale are taking on Leyton Orient, and Jack's beloved Bolton are taking on Southend at 3 o'clock. The 12:30 is Morecambe versus Solihull Moors in the FA Cup, and then 1 o'clock Newport versus Salford, and Gillingham taking on at my current hometown, Exeter. This season, top 6: Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United. I think Spurs will finish above Arsenal for sure. Isolating for my birthday, grand slowly dying, no family, Christmas, but yesterday I tested negative for COVID. Well, that's good. At least you tested negative for COVID. What I will say is, unfortunately, Toby, we aren't on the planet for long enough, some of us, and we need to really appreciate the time we do have with our loved ones. Like my gran, who I love my gran more than anyone in the world, and I couldn't. I would really miss her if anything happened to her. So I understand what you mean, but appreciate the time you have. No family Christmas. Yes, it's going to be very, very hard for everybody. Toby, what I would say is this is just going to be for one Christmas. I don't think we'll be in this situation next year. So I think for one Christmas, it's better to try and stay safe and keep the loved ones safe as much as possible. So, but yeah, it's going to be hard for everybody. But the quicker we can get everyone healthy and then vaccinated, if that's what that person wants to do, then the quicker we can return to some form of normality, and that would be really, really great as well. No way Arsenal will finish above us. No, I totally agree. I just have a feeling Spurs will bottle it and come 5th. Maybe that's what happened to Leicester last year. That's true. It's just I never imagined my life without her. No. When my granddad died, I was 14, I think, and I'm not over it yet. Yeah, I was 14, and I'm not over it yet. So it does get easier, definitely, but just try not to worry about it. Yes, I think you can meet up with 2 other households, which is good if you have a small family. If you have an absolutely huge family, not so good. But I'm sure there'll be ways to deal with it. I'm off for a shower. Be right back. Okay, Toby. I'm a family of 4. All right. So, do you have anyone visit for Christmas, or is it just you? You're doing a Liverpool game, lol. Yeah, I try and do the 12:30 kickoff every week. So if Liverpool are the 12:30 kickoff, and that's when I'll be streaming for sure. How are you? I'm doing okay, thank you, Mark. How are you? I think Brighton style will suit us because they like to attack. Yeah, definitely. I do like the way Potter plays his football for sure. It's nice to see them playing. A lot of the teams down the bottom don't play that nice of football. Look at like someone like Crystal Palace, for example, or Burnley, no offence, Major, or Newcastle. It's never great, but they do play nice football. I'd rather go down playing nice football than go down playing crap football. If that makes sense. I think it is a big deal to play nice football, because even look at Ipswich, for example, or Stoke, or any team that's safe for a while. Like Stoke were never going to go down under Tony Pulis. Like we're going back a few years, but Stoke were never going to go down under Tony Pulis. But 99% sure they'll stay up. They'll be fine. They'll play crap football. They'll be throwing it in, and it'll be windy, and they'll be throwing the ball in, and Rory Delap will be throwing it in, and they'll be knocked long all the time, and they'll be defending 1 goal leads. But that keeps you up. But eventually you get bored of that, and that's not the way they want, and they want something different. And then they brought in Mark Hughes, and they got relegated after a few years. It's usually my family Christmas Day in the afternoon and friends in the morning, but it won't be like that this year. Like I say, Ollie, it's only for one Christmas, and that's what we need to remember, is that after this Christmas, we probably won't deal with this situation again, all being well, as long as you take your vitamins and stuff. I'm great, thanks, pal. Who do you think will win this? I'm going to say 4-1 Liverpool, obviously because they're my team. I've gone 3-1 Liverpool, so similar results. There is Lewis Dunk leading the charge. Ah, yes, they put a barrier up. You know, one of those, like, things, like one of those, oh, what are they called? And they're 2 poles and a bit of string. Like something you get at a club, really. They got some of that. Oh, yeah, that's going to stop COVID, isn't it? I suppose it's to stop them, like, stepping over the mark, really. But still, we will keep an eye on the other games, of course, throughout Europe and the world, potentially, if I happen to know any of the teams there. So that is something to consider. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button. I'd really, really appreciate it. I have, like, really tried to tone it down a little bit with the whole live stream and put more watch along. So I probably won't have as many viewers today. So I really, really appreciate a like if you haven't already. Is there fans at this game or not? No. No. They're in from the 2nd, I think, Wednesday night. However, if you aren't living in Cornwall and you are in mainland England, then you're in Tier 2. So max you could have is 2,000, or you're in Tier 3, which is none. Brighton are Tier 2, for those that are wondering, as is Liverpool. If you have any questions about the tiers, feel free to let me know. So I'm pretty sure I could get most places, I reckon, in the right thing. I was speaking to one of my confidants in it. I was speaking to Jack, and he was like, I don't understand why London's not Tier 3. And I was like, no, me. I think it's a bit weird, if you're asking me. I'm saying 3-1 as well. Callum, that's what I said. Salah with 1, Jota with 1, and Firmino with 1. Front 3 to score 1. What about Minamino? Make it 4-1. JLM08, I think that was tuning in, dude. How you doing? I think I was joining the stream. Really, really, really appreciate it. I've already, if anyone's wondering, I've already spoken about the situation with all the fixtures. I'm not buying into that they need to play more or less fixtures. All right, I've already fixed that. Yeah, big chance to him. He doesn't get much games, does he? He seems like he'll be playing just behind Firmino, from according to this. So yeah, good. Be good for him. Good for him. Great news for him. Danny Welbeck is also starting. Interesting. Minamino starting. Well, he's got this idea that I've already said I can't get behind this idea that they need more time. He's wasting his. He's lost me. He's totally lost me. Totally lost me. I've seen Harry play Thursday, Saturday several times, and there's been no problem, which is less time than they're complaining about. It's not me. That's Minamino, best position played there at Salzburg. Right, I see. Well, hopefully he does well, because he hasn't really had much of a chance. Tottenham need Brighton to win to stay first. Yeah, they do. I mean, I don't think it would be the be-all and end-all if they do drop down to second for this round. I assume that the referees get tested for COVID. Hi, Rich. Thank you so much for tuning in. There we are. Yeah, hi, Rich. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this hasn't gone well. How you doing? I'm doing okay, thank you, dude. How you doing? But they'll win tomorrow anyway. Chelsea are going crap so far. Well, you said that, like I said earlier on, obviously you weren't in, but I said that I actually fancy Chelsea for that one, because Chelsea seem to have the better of Tottenham in recent years. I'm doing good. That's good to hear. Diego Maradona is just going to receive a minute's applause for his dedication. Well, not dedication, but his time in football as both a player and, of course, as a manager, taking, I think he took on a few teams, but the main one being Argentina's national team in the 2010 World Cup. There's Adam Lallana, played for both. Yeah. Very sad when we lose one of the greats, of course. There we are, that is up. I assume we're going to have the knee as well. Just waiting for the game to kick off. Here we are, the knee is just about to take place. Alfie's behind. As you can see, there's a dog for those who don't know. Just waiting to kick off now. And we are underway. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. There we are. Right, so first half is underway. If you haven't already got your predictions in, let me know in the comments below or above or to the side or wherever you see your comments. It's usually at the bottom, right? Because sometimes they come up on the side if you're watching on the phone, don't they? So if your comments are over here, put them there. But yeah. So if we have a look at the last sort of games they've played, both sides, it's been only one win in the last 5 for Brighton, which was that 2-1 win last Saturday against Aston Villa. And then they had draws against West Brom, Crystal Palace and Burnley, and a defeat 2-1 to the current league leaders Tottenham Hotspur. Liverpool's last 5 games, 3 wins, 1 draw and a singular defeat. 2-1 win over West Ham, 5-0 win away at Atlanta in the Champions League, a 1-1 draw with Manchester City. Diogo Jota's through, set puts in Salah, and there is March to knock it out for a corner. Great chance there for Liverpool. Good movement by Jota. A 3-0 win over Leicester City, and then that 2-0 defeat against Atalanta in Europe in midweek. Last time these two met, finished 3-1 to Liverpool at the Amex Stadium. The last time that Brighton won, I think it said Terry Connor played. If you don't remember Terry Connor, he was manager of Wolves for a while. And they sacked Mick McCarthy and they put him in charge of caretaker. They couldn't actually find anyone to take over. So they left him in charge, and I think they won once in about 3 or 4 months. And he has one of the worst win ratios in the history of the Premier League. So that's a fact about Terry Connor that no one asked for. Bad start for Brighton. Well, I mean, it's only early. It's early doors. Here is Nico Williams. Yeah, not a great start for Brighton conceding that early chance, but obviously not going to be too bothered because it didn't go in. It's a bit of a problem for for Liverpool, the whole back defence situation with Van Dijk out, Joel Matip out. He's been chosen not to stay. Here is Salah through. Salah puts it wide, and also Gomez injured as well. So there is a lot of movement at the back. I think they said they've been 11 different partnerships already this season, which means there's been 11 different partnerships, which means that there's not been much cohesion. I don't understand why Pickford didn't get sent off in that game. The general consensus seems to be, Mark, that the VAR, which was David Coote, I think, did not know he could go back and check it. So that's why he didn't get sent off. You can watch on Extra 1 HD and with no added crowd noise, which sounds absolutely dreadful. But we will have fans in from attendance next weekend, which is great. So the first Premier League game to have fans will be, I'm sure some of you already found the answer, I suppose it could be. I'm not sure about the things, but Champions League, but it will be Aston Villa versus Newcastle. It won't be that game because Aston Villa is in Birmingham, which is tier 3. Burnley, I think, is also in tier 3. Manchester is in tier 3. West Ham is tier 2, so it could be West Ham versus Man United. It depends if Burnley's in tier 3 or not. I'm sure one of you will know. I think Leeds will win today. I don't. I disagree, Rich. I think it will be a win for Everton. I think Everton are going to be a lot better now. They've got Richarlison back and James Rodriguez back, and I think they'll be okay now. And they'll start winning some more games. Williams plays it back to Salah. Burnley are tier 3. Yes, it would probably be... I thought they were tier 3. It would be West Ham because they're tier 2 for whatever reason. Which isn't great, I don't think. That, you know, London, such a big place where so many people come in from so many different places, is I think it should be tier 3, especially with the infection rates as they are. That's just me. Here is Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk plays to Webster. Webster receives it back off Solly March. Just for me, I have to go. I will be back soon. Okay, Ollie, thank you much for tuning in. Ooh, Veltman is down. It looks like he got caught there. Nothing given by the referee. Ryan heads away only as far as Minamino could shoot. He chooses not to. Plays the 1-2. Comes to Jota, who shoots. Takes a deflection and will be a corner kick. So we will keep an eye on, across the board of all of the games going on around England in the FA Cup, in the league, in the Championship as well. So we will have all those, as well as any games taking place, which are taking place in Europe. So there is some games in La Liga and Russia and Syria kicking off before we finish today. Toby, thanks so much for tuning back in. The ball comes in, headed away. It will come back to Milner. Milner puts the ball in again, and nothing doing as far as getting ahead on it. Firmino picks it up out wide. Back to Robertson. Robertson back to Firmino. I haven't seen Rich in a while. He's usually in every stream. He's above as well. I'm not sure if you've seen him. Like, oh, there he is. I haven't seen him for a while, or you haven't actually seen him for a while, and he is in the chat. He's here today. Yeah, he usually is in every stream. Usually every stream. Thinking about changing things up. I don't know if anyone noticed because you probably weren't in, but I've changed the live soon to have a bit more animation. Let me know what you think of that. But back to this screen. Thought it looked really cool. Looks boss. Thanks. That's what I was going for. Boss. That looked cool. Thanks. I just thought it'd just be a bit more, because if you're watching just a blank, like a static screen, it's not going to look as good as that. So that was the thinking behind it. That's what I was thinking anyway. Robertson. Yes, that's a plan. Here's Firmino. He loses the ball. You need a Discord. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about getting a Discord actually, but I'm not sure. I could put all my links somewhere. Yeah, maybe that's something I will consider. I have mentioned it before. Milner. Robertson. Milner. They've changed the lineup slightly on here. I can make you one and show you what it would look like. What's the... Yeah, I see people... I think Major said that he also like sets them up for people, but I don't understand what... Like, surely I could do it, right? Is it complicated? Lewis Dunk. Like, I don't think it would be that complicated, would it? I think it'd be quite easy. No, don't worry. I will look into it myself. Here's Mo. Connolly's through. Connolly's through. So should have scored. Brighton should be one up. He's applauding it, Potter, but I bet he's thinking that should have been in the back of the net. All right, Toby. I think it'll be okay. I will have to look into it properly. Really, really good chance. Plenty of time, plenty of space. And he puts it wide. Should have beaten Alisson, and it should be 1-0 to Brighton. However, it does remain goalless. Oh, yeah. If it curled just a touch more, it would have ended up definitely in the back of the net. So really, really, really close chance there. But just, they escaped there, Liverpool. They got off the hook there, definitely. I'm just changing a few things on the stream. Take that out. Doesn't make any sense, but there we are. Right. Much as you're doing this weekend. I'm not sure, Rich, if I'm being honest. I think there'll obviously definitely be one tomorrow. Probably maybe Manchester United. Yeah, maybe Manchester United. Kay isn't at work tomorrow, so I could do any of them, really. So, yeah, probably Manchester United. They usually do the 2 o'clock game. But, yeah, we'll see. Christmas soon. What's everybody doing for Christmas? I know we've got to stay in certain bubbles. I think it's a nationwide thing, not just an England thing. So hopefully you can see the people that you choose to see. Corner. Oh wait, no, he's given a offside. Yeah, so great that we can see a few people at least. What else versus England today? What's that in? Is that in like rugby? One of my somebody I knew from school plays rugby for England, but I'm not sure which one. I think he plays rugby league. I don't know. But the good one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Yeah, hopefully you can do something nice. Hopefully you can see a few people that you like. I would say we started well to let Connolly chance. Yeah, you have started well. You're going to give chances away with the constant rotation and things like that. But you just need to make sure that you don't concede. And with Alisson, you have, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world. So, you know, it's good. It's a good shield, if you know what I mean. Definitely a good shield. Definitely a good shield. But yeah, I can't remember if he plays for Exeter Chiefs and plays for England now as well, which I think is pretty cool. Can't believe Connolly didn't score. Normally, definitely should have scored. As an early birthday present gift, I got the refs tops from Swansea's midweek game. Or that's a weird present, isn't it? I don't think I quite understand. Like one that he's worn, or I don't. The actual refs. Is he allowed to give you that? Alisson, he's almost in midfield. Can't find Salah. Lewis Dunk plays it back to Ryan, who plays it to Webster. They won. Like, all right, that's different. I've never known anyone have one of those. What a weird souvenir. That's pretty cool. I hope you're pleased with it. Yeah, definitely hope you're pleased with it. Brighton style reminds me of Eddie Howe. Bournemouth both play good football, but suspect of conceding goals. Right, what I would say, Chris, is if you want to play that style, you're going to be, you're going to concede goals. It's just life if you're not one of the best teams. I need to sneeze. I love it when. I love it as when I'm 14. I'm thinking of taking a referee course. Nice. That is really, really, really cool. And if you do well, then you could manage in the Premier League one day. But yeah, that's really, really cool. Really cool. What I would say is, if that's what you want to do, that's amazing. But what I always tend to do is, even with like look at me. My aim is to be a YouTuber one day. What I'm not doing is thinking I'm going to be a YouTuber one day, so I'm not going to put my effort into anyone else. Like I'm at work, I'm at college, I'm doing as much what I can because I'm too old to be doing A levels. I'm starting from the bottom really. So just keep your finger on a lot of pies. But that sounds really, really good. Really good. I think my problem is if I was a referee, I'd be biased. Like if Liverpool were playing Bolton and Bolton are in League 2 and Liverpool in the Premier League, I'd be a little bit more lenient with Bolton. I'm happy to see Welbeck playing. Hopefully he stays fit. Just been haunted with injuries. Absolutely. The thing is with Welbeck is we'll never know how good he could have been. I'm not saying he could have pulled up trees in the Champions League, but what I mean is I don't think he'd be playing at Brighton if he had a fully fit career, if that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully his injuries days are behind him. Same with every footballer, really. But I've got a side job as well. That's really good, really good. That's really good. Great stuff. Even if he just did because one thing I would say is, how often, they probably don't see it as much as me, but I see a lot people be like, oh, we need a referee. Do you know what I mean? Like teams being like, oh, the referee's not turned up, the referee it's got a cold, or we've lost the referee, there's no referee to referee the under-9s game or whatever. So just having that in your pocket would help so many people out. Not having Virgil van Dijk scares me every game. I can understand why, but I still think you've got some good players. Definitely. Same as Jack Wilshere's haunted with injury. Yeah, definitely. He could have been a lot better. Obviously, he wouldn't be free agent or wherever he is at the moment. Don't think fans should go back as soon we get to January lockdown. The fans can't go again. Corner kick to Brighton. I personally think, Nick, thank you so much for tuning in. I personally think that it will. We might go back into lockdown again. However, I don't see it being that big of a problem having a few thousand people in a stadium that holds 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or 70,000. Corner kick is going to come in from March. March puts it in. It goes all the way through. Basuma. Barry, thanks for tuning in, Barry Longworth. How you doing? Do you think Liverpool can win this league even with the old injuries? Absolutely, they're my pick. They're 110% my pick, Barry. I will be very, very surprised if Liverpool don't win it. I'm going to be really intrigued to win it. I don't think City will win it, so it's going to be a different side. Connolly. Oh, he's fouled, surely. Nothing. Give him penalty. Foul by Nico Williams. I better hide your thing. Biggest S-housery of the season so far is Milpay's karma. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to get demonetized. Yeah, I will just double check, but I thought it was a penalty. Yeah, it looks like he takes him down. Yeah, I think it's a penalty. So, score or miss? Get into the chat. Will he score? Will he miss? Milner's just having a chat with the referee there. I don't know who's taking it. I assume it's Mopay. Bottom left, you think he will score? I think Alisson will save it. Josh Bately, I think that's tuning in, Josh. Miss score says Swansea Union. Save, so Barry's also going for a save from Alisson. Mope. Miss says Rich, not confident at all is the chat. The chat's expecting him to not score. Mope. Oh, he's put it wide. Absolutely terrible. We were right. We were all right. Besides Swansea Union. Well, we were all right with a miss. Really, really poor. Puts it wide. If it... I don't understand what he was trying to do, but really, really poor. Really poor. He went right. Or left if you're the goalkeeper. I'd say right. I'd say it's taken from where he's standing, really. So, yeah, he went to the right-hand side. Knew it. Well done, Josh. Maradona RIP. Yes, indeed. Get in there. Did he go left? So I was wrong anyway. Yeah, but you got it right that he didn't. Oh, wait, no. You were. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're totally wrong. If you haven't already, I'd love a like on the video as there has been a goal in the FA Cup lunchtime kickoff. Morecambe are behind at home to Solihull Moors of the National League. Couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. Pepsi brand deal. I don't think Pepsi will ever sponsor me, but if they do, oh my god, could you imagine? Leeds always miss pairs. Here is Mohamed Salah, who has been out with COVID issues, of course. Milner's going to go out wide. No, he decides to go to Mino. Mino will go out wide to Nico Williams, who conceded the penalty that has just been missed. Goes back to Minamino. Minamino goes back to Nate Williams. Goes out wide to Jota, who has been a very, very astute signing so far. Oh my god, my English teacher would go nuts right now. I'm using the word astute. She'd be like, oh, that's such a good word. And I'm like, yeah. Nick, last 3 penalties we have scored. Yeah, that's a good word, right? I'll tell you next week. I've got a test next week. There seems to be a injury to Mope. Yes, I was supposed to have an online lesson, but it's been cancelled, so I can stay here. Pokey George, I'm going to tune in. Do you think Jota will have a shot on target each half? I mean, if you're asking for gambling advice, you probably come to the wrong person. I would imagine he... Well, 22... Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I wouldn't... Don't, listen to me. Yeah, this is to Barry. Such a shame for Nico to give away that penalty. Could knock his confidence, which I don't want him. I'm Welsh for the Euros. Yeah, Mope has come off. He's obviously picked up an injury. He seems very, very annoyed. He's taking his shirt off. I had a bet on it. Yeah, hopefully, dude. Hopefully. End of the day, it doesn't really make any difference. I could do... I don't really put on bets. Sometimes I do the lottery. I do a lottery on a Friday. And I never win. He's not injured, just embarrassed. Alright, Toby, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, I should have really... In a different world, Brighton would have taken that chance for Connolly and also scored the penalty, and they'd be 2-0 up against the champions at home. Great ball, Connolly! Oh, can't control it. Great ball, great ball. If you haven't already, I'd love a like on the video. I'd really, really appreciate it. And if you are new, feel free to hit the subscribe button as well. I'm on about my back. Alright, okay. Alright, I see. That's cool. Here is James Milner. Milner finds Firmino. Is there any Liverpool fans in the chat still? If you're a Liverpool fan in the chat, let me know. I've got a question for you. Yes, right, okay, Barry. The question is, and any other Liverpool fans listening, would you rather keep Firmino or sell Firmino for, like, let's say, I don't know, 80 million, 60 million, whatever you want to say, and buy like a proper out-and-out striker, if that makes sense, a la Harry Kane, or someone like a Aubameyang or someone? Or would you rather keep? Keep Firmino? Brighton doing well. Yeah, not played too bad, thank you. I'm not sure why I'm saying thank you because I don't support Brighton. Brighton actually relegated my club in 1997. Keep Firmino. Interesting. Gambling advance. Don't bet on Leeds to win. Advice. Yeah, don't bet on Leeds. Nick, we will be safe this season. Who do I support? I support a team called Hereford, who play in the National League North. They're crap. So Mope has just come off and Leonardo Trossard has come on. Quite a big fan of his. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I take the money from Firmino and play Jota. So you wouldn't even get a replacement. Interesting. No, because of his versatility. Interesting. Yeah, not very good, Josh. But I do what I can. But in 1972, on the 5th of February, Hereford beat Newcastle, who were then Premier League, and Hereford were in the Southern League, which is quite a big deal. Which, you know, and the goal is so famous. It's played like every FA Cup intro. It's on there. Because yeah, I just feel that Veltman, sorry, Ben White, Connor Lee, hit it, blocked by Robertson. I just feel that if Hereford won the Premier League, that would be amazing. Like, or if they supported like Everton and they won the Premier League, that'd be great. But if I supported Hereford and we went to Old Trafford and knocked out Man United, that feeling would just be unrivaled. I really do genuinely believe that supporting a lower league club, you get a feeling like knocking out a big Premier League club is absolutely, you know, it makes you feel like on this day we are better than one of the best clubs in the world. So yeah, I would not change Hereford for a thing. They are crap, but they're the team I support. The feeling's completely different, isn't it? Yeah, it's another level. It's another level. I've supported my team where we've had to win a game to stop going bust. You don't get that in the Premier League. That will never happen. I nearly had we got an experience away with a penalty, bit of experience by Williams. Yes, yeah, I totally agree with that. I nearly had the feeling against Swansea against Man City. Yeah, I mean, like just that feeling of knocking out a team. It's never happened as a Hereford fan, but even I remember I was going insane when Oldham knocked out Liverpool. I'm sure we remember Matt Smith scored. I think it was about, I'd say 2011 maybe, a long time ago. It's just great to see. I'm from Liverpool, but used to live in Hereford behind the racecourse. I miss the Grapes pub in town. Yeah, not from Hereford, but obviously I used to go there every week to watch Hereford. And yeah, I know where the racecourse is. It's on the way to. That's the way I go. I come from down the A40. So yeah, I'm from Shropshire. I support Barnsley. Nice. Hereford former manager Simon Davey was in charge of Barnsley when we knocked out Chelsea, weirdly at that time, and Liverpool in the FA Cup is unreal. Absolutely unbelievable. It was OJ was his name. Who scored? What was the score in the last match? I hope Liverpool fans aren't too hard on Nico. No, he is a young player who just made a small error. Probably going to head off. All right, okay. So everything was tuned in. Oldham in 2013, so I was a few years out. I had wiped that from my memory. Yeah, unbelievable. That's what I live for. Like that. Those are the games. Like I watch. I remember watching Barcelona versus PSG in the 6-1 and the 4-0 as well, which is really, really good. And I thought this is absolutely amazing. But there's just something special about watching one of the Premier League teams lose to a small side, and watching Lincoln knock out a Premier League side which hadn't been done since for ages, and then previously before that Luton knocking out Norwich. It's just another level, seeing a little side. I know Luton obviously are doing fine, but at the time they're in the National League, as was Lincoln. It's just a different level. The only way Leeds lose is when teams part the bus. Cod Vlog, thanks for tuning in. Ben, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Ola J, I thought it was Ola J. Yeah, Simon David was in charge then, who's not had a job since leaving Hereford, as far as I'm aware. Not a big fan of him. Remember when Bradford beats champions Chelsea? Absolutely unbelievable. I was watching Gillette Soccer Saturday when that happened, and they were 2-0 up, obviously, and they got to 2-2 and went to 3-2, and I was like, oh my god. And Jeff Stellar was like, there's been a goal at Stamford Bridge, but not the way you think it's gone. It was 4-2. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shame it wasn't on the TV, or the other way. Look at Bradford. Who remembers Bradford's trip to the final of the Carabao Cup, which was then the Carling Cup? That was unreal as well. You know, it's a different vibe, I feel like. Win the Champions. If Hereford won the Champions League, it would be absolutely amazing. But I know I'm never going to see that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I don't want to have all this money, and you know, I'm fine. I want to be in like League One one day, and that'd be great. But you know, it's never going to happen. I remember Bradford in the Premier League. Yeah, it was in like the really 2000, was it? So yeah, they were in and that a few seasons ago, before Hereford got relegated, they were actually really down there and almost went out of the league, which hasn't happened. The nearest to it happening was Notts County, were in the what was the old First Division in the early 90s, before the formation of the Premier League. Sub of Harry Kane. Yeah, I remember the Harry Kane thing. So random a guy was like, sub of Harry Kane. I don't know if you remember, but it was when Croatia played England at home in the Nations League, and he was like, sub of Harry Kane. I was like, no, I really don't think that's the best way, because we need a goal, we need a goal, we need a goal. And eventually Harry Kane scored the winning goal and sent us to the finals of the Nations League, of which we lost and came third. Anyway, I feel like we got a little bit sidetracked. Thanks so much to everyone who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button. I would really appreciate that as well. And if you are new, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I said to Kelly, who, if you don't know who Kelly is, she is my beloved. Well, she's not my beloved, but she's my girlfriend. And I said to her that I'd like to in the start of the new year, I'm going to go ham. If you know, I'm going to go fully at my YouTube channel and see if I can see what I do. And what's going on, Man City? I think they'll turn it around. Yeah, I think they will turn it around. If it doesn't work out, they can always spend more money. Pep seems very happy. They're not going to sack him. I don't think they'll win the league. I've said for a few seasons, I don't think a few months now, I don't think they'll win the league. I don't think they'll be anywhere near it. They had to win against Liverpool. They didn't. They had to get something against Tottenham, and they lost. So I feel like it's over for them in terms of the league. I know we're early days, but I just don't think they'll win it. So I think the top four is probably the best they can do. I don't think they'll win the Champions League as well. Chris, I can understand why that would be priority for City, but I don't think they're good enough to win the Champions League. When you see the likes of Liverpool and Bayern Munich on another level, really. Trossard shot wide. Maybe third and then rebuild. There's nothing. End of the day, if you finish second but you're miles off the pace, like Man United a few seasons ago when City got 100 points and they were 19 points below, it's the same as finishing fourth. You don't get anything extra for finishing runners up, because if you finish fourth, you get the same Champions League automatic qualification to the group stages as you would second, if that makes sense. Here's Salah's through. Salah's through. Salah's going to score and does score. And just like that, as quick as anything, he is into the back of the net, 1-0, and there is definitely going to be an inquest here. There is checking VAR. I will put the VAR up just to say that. I've never seen anyone have these graphics besides me on the streams. He is offside. He is offside. There is no doubt in my mind he is offside. If this isn't given an offside, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to pack in. I'm going to delete my channel, and I'm never going to watch it again. 100% offside. I can't believe they're still discussing it. Salah was offside. You're the only person that. Well, Hopefully nobody nicks it. Oh, hang on. I didn't see that other person. Yeah, I think he is offside. I think he is offside still. But maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm going to take everything back. Just think. I think he's... Oh, it is tight. Might be on. Yeah, I think he... Yeah, he's onside. Offside even. Pretty sure. These bloody lines are going to be the death of me. I hate the lines. Offside. There we are. So I was getting a bit excited. I thought I didn't see the person on the far side, but it was offside, so I don't need to cancel my channel. I'm okay. VAR takes such a long time. Yeah, it does. They just want to make sure it's right. I can't believe no one's stolen the idea. It's such a good idea. Just having little graphics. Such a good idea. I'm like a revolutionary. Still 0-0. Is the music loud enough? Can you everyone hear the music? Let me know. I think I've been demonetized again. Which means I will not get any money from the stream. Not that it matters, of course. See what it says on the old studio. I don't understand why they keep demonetizing my streams. Yeah, been demonetized, which is sad. Never mind. He was offside. Yeah, just offside. It wasn't as... Like I said, I didn't see the person on the far side, and I thought, why are they even having a look here? But it did make sense. YouTube Studio. Yeah, on YouTube Studio, it says that it's been demonetized, so I'm not sure what I've said or done. Next time, I'm not going to mention this C word at all. Because it's got to be that. It's the only thing that I talk about like regularly on the channel. And if I talk about the C word... Now, the music is... You cannot hear music? Or do you mean, is it the music causing the monetization? The music is copyright free. And the person who makes the music has a channel. And every song has been run through to make sure there's no copyright. So it's definitely not music. And it doesn't say copyright. It just says, like, not suitable for all viewers. I don't swear anymore, so it's not that. Phillips with a good challenge there. Welbeck down on the floor. Was Welbeck at Watford? Was it last season he was at Watford? Or have I made that? Out of all the relegation favourites, who's your favourite side? Sure you would rather stay up. I will have a look. I would not... I'd like Fulham to stay up. And Brighton. I think Sheffield United will definitely go down. I think Fulham will go down. I think West Brom will go down. I think it'll be them. I really do. I don't think it's changing. I think the final three have already been found. You didn't swear though, and it's still demonetized. Yeah. I think it's the C word. And I'm not... I don't know. I think it's because if I mention COVID at all, they get rid of it straight away. Which is weird. I did celebrate the goal calmly as I had to wait for VAR. Well, I'm sure some of you will remember this, some of you won't. But when City played Tottenham in the Champions League, Sterling scored right at the death, which I'm sure you all remember, and it was ruled out. I went absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And I privated the video because I didn't want anyone to laugh at my reaction. But now, because I don't care as much, I would put it on YouTube, on Twitter, and I think it would have absolutely blown up. But I didn't, and I feel like if I had done that, my channel might have been a lot bigger now. Anyway, yeah, he moved to Brighton. I thought so. There's still some really good players at Watford, aren't there, that didn't end up moving. Who will win the league? I've said already on the stream, Liverpool will win the league. Don't think Burnley will go down. No, I don't. I think Sean Dyche has got enough about him. I mean, there needs to be an inquest at Burnley, because why have they decided not to spend any money? or very, very little money. Do you know what I mean? I know there's a pandemic going on, but they are a very, very rich club now because they are a Premier League club and a stable Premier League club as well. There's been no shots on target this whole entire game. I felt sorry for City that night. Yeah, it wasn't nice. Port Vale have taken the lead against Leyton Orient. For those interested in that league, 68% possession for Liverpool so far in this fixture. 4 attempts each on goal, no attempts on target, despite it saying 1. Liverpool have obviously had the better of the possession, but I feel like Brighton have had the better chances, if that makes sense. I feel like they've had the better chances, and I feel like they probably should be winning the game. West Brom will go down. I think so also, despite some of I have somebody called George WBA, who hasn't been on the channel for ages, to be fair, but he's always nice when I speak to him. He's nice, and also Sam is also a West Brom fan, so I hope they don't go down just for them. They haven't spent properly in years. Last time, big signing was Stephen Defoe. It's a similar situation to that at Stoke, where they probably feel like, Tony Pulis will keep us up, Sean Dyche will keep us up, so we don't need to fund him as much. I think that's what's going on, and eventually that catches up with you. Yeah, Sheffield United will go down. I agree, Brighton had better chances. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, Sheffield United will go down, but A, they play nice football. B, they shouldn't be in the Premier League because they're not, a few years ago they were in the bloody League One. So to go from what Chris Wilder has achieved, even if they finish on 9 points, which would be the record for the least amount of points, he has done an absolutely incredible job to get them to where they are. Fair play. And last season, I know Klopp finished on 99 points, but for me, Chris Wilder, manager of the season by a long shot. There's no way. What right did Sheffield United have to be in that position? Absolutely crazy for me. Crazy. And I think it would be tough on Klopp not to win it, but for me, I think that nobody on this earth could have got out of what he did of Sheffield United players. Here's Minamino, shoots straight at Ryan, who makes the save. I don't know about 18th place. Leeds done well as well. Yeah, Leeds have done fine. I'm not what I said about Leeds the other day, and I really do stick to it. I think Leeds have got a fairly average team. And I feel like they are only in there. They will stay up. They will stay up because of Bielsa, and they won't stay up because of any other reason. Like they're not staying up because they're a great side. A lot of their players, like someone like Tyler Roberts, is a fairly average player, and I feel like they're not as good as the position they will finish will show. That makes sense. If we equal United's 20, I wonder how long we will go on about it. I didn't even think of that. That would be an equaliser, wouldn't it? Interesting. Leeds was in Division 1 and they're in the Premier League, which is crazy. It's not as crazy as... There's a long gap between it. Because Leeds were in... I have to get my calculations right, but I'm pretty sure Leeds were relegated in 2006 to League One. And I think they got promoted back in 2011 to the Championship. I could be wrong, and I'm sure somebody will correct me. So that would mean they spent 9 years in the Championship. But Sheffield United did it really quickly, which has happened several times. I think Norwich did it really quickly. I think they had 2 consecutive promotions. Wolves, I think, did it as well. Southampton did it as well. So it has happened, but to take Sheffield United with the players they had to the upper reaches for a long time, Europe positions was just crazy for a team that I thought would finish bottom. What happened to Portsmouth? A lot of mismanagement. It never happened, so don't talk about Liverpool equally. Well, I mean, they've only got to get 1 before equaling the 20, right? I'm not mistaken. 2010, Leeds went back to... Sorry, I'm totally wrong. It was the season they beat Man United, which was 2010, wasn't it? I thought it was 2011. So I just got a bit confused. I was right in the same season. I thought it was the season they beat Man United. I just got the wrong year. Yeah, so a lot of mismanagement. They were owned by a lot of crooks and stuff, and they had a hell of a lot of issues because they had Harry Redknapp in charge for a long time, and he handed out some huge contracts, and then some other people handed out huge contracts. There's somebody called Tal Ben Haim, who was an Israeli defender, and he was on like 100 grand a week or something, which at the time was a hell of a lot of money. Still is a hell of a lot of money, and he wouldn't go. He just sat out his contract for a long time before eventually terminating it. Similar situation happened with Jack Rodwell, who was at Sunderland, and they were like, "We can't afford to pay you," and he was like, "I'm not going anywhere." We are only one away, but don't worry, United could always surpass us again. I'm not going to do it this season, though, are they? Blackpool as well, and Wigan. Wigan were owned by... So Wigan were in like League 2 not so long ago, like within this century, I think, or League... And then Dave Whelan sort of took them to the heights of the Premier League, and then when he left, it all sort of went downhill from there. And now they've had a takeover since, and now they're owned by somebody really bad, and then now they're in administration. Blackpool, Oyston, very mismanagement as well. No team will go from the Premier League to League 2 naturally without any bad sort of mismanagement. That's what it is. We'll never see it happen. It'll always be mismanagement. You might see somebody drop to League 1 just crazily, but you'll never see League 2. Look at Bolton. They were in the Premier League in about 2011. Now in League 2, mismanagement. Ken Anderson. So it's mismanagement usually. 90% of the time it's mismanagement. Bad owners. Who do you think is going to win this weekend? Chelsea or Spurs? Liverpool, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for giving me a follow on Instagram as well. Personally, for me, I think it will be Chelsea who win, because Chelsea have seen, as I said earlier in the show, I said that I fancy them because they are having a better season than... not a better season, but they always seem to have the upper hand on Tottenham. I referred to when they went to Wembley for the first time and played them, they won. I think they beat them the first time they played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well, and they beat them recently in the Carabao Cup over 2 legs to get to the final, which they lost against Manchester City a few years ago. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is I fancy Chelsea. I'm hoping for a draw. Interesting. Makes sense. I mean, it's not going to be the be-all and end-all at the start of the season, but yeah, it would be good for Liverpool to get the upper hand for sure. It's a shame that all 3 teams have gone downhill, even Blackburn, Birmingham and Hull. Half time, and it is 0-0 at the break. And personally, for me, I think it should be Liverpool are lucky to not be behind, because they had some great chances, Brighton. They had the penalty, of course. Connolly should have scored as well, but at the break it is 0-0. Salah has had a goal ruled out through VAR also. Hoping for a draw. Major, thanks so much for tuning back in. I was talking about Burnley earlier. 1-1. I think it will be... I fancy Chelsea to beat Spurs. And this one I'm still sticking with my 3-1. So we'll have a look at the other ties. I assume that... there's Sean Dyche looking like he's about to butcher someone. So Reading and Bristol City is 0-0. 20 minutes in. Please ignore that. I'll just click off. I'll just click off because that's going to be really annoying for everybody. So 20 minutes in is Port Vale and Leyton Orient, which is a goal apiece, which we've already previously covered. Solihull Moors are beating Morecambe in the early game in the FA Cup. There are 2 kicking off at 1 o'clock, which are Gillingham 0, Exeter 0, and Newport 0, Salford City nil. I'm looking at our old teams back in 2001-2, and they've all gone downhill. All the teams I know have gone down. Yeah, it's crazy because it's a long time. That's 18 years. A lot can happen in 18 years. You look at the table now, right? Anything could happen. You could see something like Sheffield United being like League 2. Fulham could get taken over by somebody bad, League 2. Burnley could be in League 1. And then Wolves could be the best team in the world. You know, you just don't know what's going to happen in such a long period of time. I'm looking at the old teams. Are you in Tier 1 or Tier 2? Because Cornwall and Isle of Wight are in Tier 1. I live in Devon, Elizabeth, so Tier 2 for me, as along with most of the country. Ipswich, can't believe though Ipswich was in the Premier League. Yeah, Ipswich were in the Premier League. I've never seen them in the Premier League, like since I've been following football. But yeah, once again, that was a long time ago. They spent a long time. I think they spent them one of the longest times ever in the Championship before getting relegated. I'm sure Nick would be able to tell you better than me, but I'm pretty sure they spent a long, long time. Reading and Bristol City, sorry, is 0-0. Stoke was in the Premier League as well. That wasn't that long ago. They only got relegated like 3 years ago. Oldham, that's a good one. Oldham. Yeah, when Bradford in the Premier League, you wouldn't expect him to be like hovering between League 1 and 2. Now, do you know what I mean? Liverpool have always been like, I think Oldham were in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure they were anyway. If you haven't already, feel free to like button. Gillingham have taken the lead against Exeter City. Oldham. Were the founding members of the Premier League in 1992, but were relegated 2 years later and fell to the third tier in 1997. So they are founding members. It was Verdane Oliver with the goal for Gillingham. So 92 to 94. Python. It was right at the start. So yeah, it's you know, time changes so much. If you look at the teams, even 2008, the summer of 2008 or the spring of 2008, Leicester were relegated to League 1. Right? If you'd have said 8 years later they'd be champions of the Premier League, nobody would have believed you. Southampton been in League 1 recently. Wolves been in League 1 recently. Brighton been in League 1 recently. And Sheffield United been in League 1 recently. I mean in the last like sort of 10 years. Oldham could come back to Premier League. I mean I don't think that will happen, but maybe. I'm really hungry. Anything could happen in a few years. Anything could happen in a few years. But I think nowadays you need a little bit of money to do it, really. One day Leeds will come up with a new chant. Don't think so. Oldham are not good enough to be in the Premier League. They got relegated from League 1 a few seasons ago. Yeah, they're not a sleeping giant, if you know what I mean. Bolton will eventually come back in League 2 to the Premier League at some point during our lifetimes. If we go into League 1, Wigan, I don't think will come back. Portsmouth will. Ipswich will probably be back at some point. Charlton will probably be back at some point. Hull will probably come back as well. And then Championship, there's obviously those teams that will be back during our lifetime. So it's who is going to be the first team who's never been relegated in this division to be relegated? So teams that have never been relegated, if I'm not mistaken, would be Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester United and Arsenal, right? All the rest have been relegated. I mean, if I have to say it, it'd have to be like Everton, wouldn't it? Or like Tottenham. Tottenham might come back. Yeah, Tottenham might come back. No, eventually they will. Eventually they will. It's just a hard sort. It's hard to see. Man United would be nice. It would be funny, wouldn't it, if Man United did? I mean, if we're being technical about it, Brighton haven't been relegated from the Premier League. If that makes sense. Because they've only been in the Premier League this time, I think. So, I mean, on a technical basis, it would be them. But Spurs have been relegated when Arsenal paid someone to relegate Spurs. I thought they hadn't been relegated. Man United, I am an Arsenal fan. I would love the Spurs to be relegated. And it would be great to see any of those teams get relegated. Just to prove it can happen to anyone. Jack, thanks for tuning in. Everton would have been relegated in 97-98 if goal line technology existed. Interesting. I did not know that. I had some like lunch this morning. I had like vegan fajitas, and I had those, and they're really, really nice. But now I'm hungry again. Let's have to see what's in the freezer. Liverpool is too good to be relegated, not to be relegated. It can happen to any team. Manchester United got relegated, didn't they? Did they get relegated, or they nearly get relegated? Let me know. It's because there was they definitely nearly got relegated. The reason I know that is because it was an expensive ass. Fair enough. Nearly relegated. So it can happen to any team. Even in Germany, I'm sure some of you remember when Jurgen Klopp was in charge of Dortmund, they were really, really struggling down the bottom. Really, really struggling, and they ended up sacking him. If I wasn't around years ago, you won't get that in the olden days, but now it's different. We have more money and we have technology, better technology now. I think the money thing is the one. I would bring on Henderson on for Minamino. I mean, I can understand why you try and do that. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Didn't he resign? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he left. October 2019, Man United were like 1 or 2 points above the drop. Man United have been relegated. I have to look it up. I swear they were definitely struggling. They were relegated 5 times. Because I remember watching a documentary. Well, I remember seeing like an advert for a documentary on it. And it was called Too Good to Go Down. Yes, 1974 they got relegated. I thought they had. Last time Arsenal were relegated was in 1919. That's a long time ago. Weird that they were playing during the war. Oh wait, no, it was after the war, wasn't it? Ignore me. Team Leeds had in 2004 that got relegated. Yeah, they had some good players then. Also, West Ham had a good side when they got relegated. They had like Lampard and others. 1919 was Spanish flu. Yeah, I think it came back in 1919. Weirdly. Maybe that's a sign that Arsenal are going to get relegated this year. Last time Liverpool went down was 1954. I think Sheffield United will get relegated this season, but they are doing so well last season. They nearly got into Europe in the Europa League, but now they're doing rubbish. What do you think will happen? Yeah, they'll go down. They'll go down. And it's like, okay, they've gone down, but what a bloody amazing achievement to be there in the first place. I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking of a team, right, that plays in the Football League. And there might be another one, but you need to think of the team I mean, that have never been relegated. So they play in the Premier League, League One, League Two, or Championship, and they've never been relegated at any point during their whole entire existence. So they've never ever been relegated. There's probably a few more, but I wonder if you get the one I'm thinking of straight away. Yeah, they've never been relegated. Brighton, yeah, Brighton's been relegated, I think. They've never ever been relegated. They don't, like in their entire existence, the whole entire team. I mean, Fleetwood's a good shout. I think Fleetwood might have done it as well, but that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm Chelsea fan, best team in London. Fleetwood Town. They play in League One. They probably haven't been relegated. However, what I would say is Fleetwood, they probably have been relegated. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to see if there we are. I'll look it up. Here we are. This might tell me. How do I find, like, Scotland? These are all in Scotland. This team isn't on here. But that's because they're not playing in the top tier. So nobody's got an idea. The answer is... Okay, I'll give you another clue. They were founded in 2002, which is a big clue. They have had 6 promotions and currently play in League One. Yeah, Chelsea are the best team in London, definitely. They're not the biggest. No, they're definitely the biggest. AFC Wimbledon. Yes, AFC Wimbledon. I like the Fleetwood Market, not the Sadio. I've never been to Fleetwood, even though they played Hereford not so long ago. Yeah, they've done remarkable AFC Wimbledon. Because there's been a few times where they've been close to getting relegated and they've always got out of it. Exeter have equalised against Gillingham. Nicky Law has got the equaliser there. And Leyton Orient have come from behind. I think from behind. Yeah, we've come from behind against Port Vale to lead 2-1. Connor Wilkinson with that one. Arsenal better than Spurs? No. Well, it depends. At the moment on this season, no. But they haven't actually won anything for such a long time. Second half is underway. If you haven't already, I'd love a like on the video. We're quite close to 20 likes, so that would be really, really good. That sub makes sense, I suppose. I did not see that. I did not see the sub. Henderson has come on. Who did he come on for? Let me know. No excuses today for Bolton if we fail to win. Yeah, I think you will beat them because they're crap. I think even Hereford would. Interesting. So have they gone with Milner? Yes, they have gone with Milner. Right. Interesting he's done that. I wouldn't have done that, but that's just me. At the moment, but it can't change because Spurs are in the Champions League and Arsenal aren't. They are in the Europa League. That is true. What I would say is, if Spurs were to win the Premier League this season, that would be a big shift. That would be a big shift. Even Keith Hill beat them last season. He's manager of Tranmere now, isn't he? I would have taken me off personally. He had to change it, I think. He had to change it. If you haven't already followed me on Instagram, feel free to follow me, Mike Talks Footy. Twitter, Mike Talks Footy as well. Twitch, Mike Talks Football. That's it. And YouTube, feel free to subscribe. We are 4 away from 4,780, which would be really, really tidy to hit that at some point. Next 2 games will define their season. So they have Chelsea tomorrow. And then the next game is Arsenal. Oh. They are likely to mess up in those 2 games, right? If they are to win those 2 games, that would prove that this Tottenham side is made of sterner stuff than the previous sides under Pochettino. In my opinion, that's what it would mean for me. That's what I think anyway, Jack. Yeah, so the next game is Arsenal at home. I think they're going to have fans in for that one. Cardiff gifted Keith Hill. Carlisle gifted Keith Hill his first win as Tranmere manager. He also won yesterday against Brackley. I think they'll beat Arsenal, but I'm not sure about Chelsea. I said earlier in the show that I said that I think that Chelsea will beat Tottenham tomorrow. I think they'll beat... I've already read that one. What I was going to say is Gillingham have now gone behind against Exeter City. Joel Randall with the goal after 35 minutes. Draw with Spurs versus Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll struggle against Chelsea, but they could beat Arsenal. I know Chris Beats was Keith Hill's assistant at Rochdale. I think I've... Now you say it, I recognise the name. Rescue have equalised in their game in Serie... Huh? Serie B? 2-1 Chelsea. I just fancy Chelsea in that one. I just fancy Chelsea in that one for me. Somehow, if we win today, we'll be outside the playoffs on goal difference. I suppose nobody else is playing though, are they? Goes to show, well, if you get into the just outside the playoffs, then you're starting to look up, if you know what I mean. And goes to show that they were right to stick with Everett at the start. I can much tune in. I see that you had a game earlier. Zenit, how did they get on? Thank you much for joining the stream. I'm doing okay, thank you. How are you? I see I'm quite hungry, but I don't want to go to Tesco because I know I have to queue. I don't really want to queue. Jota shots and all across the face of goals, but nobody there. Chelsea play Leeds United at home after Spurs. Should win that one. The gap between playoffs and lower mid-table at the moment is so ridiculously small. That's good. That's good for you because that means you could, with a few wins, you could really go up the table, which is great news. It is pretty. Southampton have had it, haven't they? Well, they haven't had it, but they are behind by a fair bit, by a long way. The supermarkets are crazy at the moment. Yeah. They are pretty crazy. I'm good, thanks. We drew 0-0, but we are currently at top with CSK Moscow still to play this weekend. That's great news. Python Greeks, have you been in the supermarkets in the moment? Yeah, it's awful, Elizabeth. There wasn't a queue outside Sainsbury's near me, and Bolton is much worse than where you are. There was a queue yesterday when I went. And it's Saturday today, so it'll probably be even worse. And I don't want to go there and then be like, just have to turn around. Expect a big result from Liverpool. Daniel, thank you much for tuning in. Yeah, I'm expecting... I've got 3-1 for this one, so I'm expecting a Liverpool victory for sure. However, it's not yet been a breakthrough. What is the queues? Or is it not enough stuff in the store? Or is it the staff? The queue. I know in the Tesco I work at, it's 550 people allowed in the store, which seems insane. But that's just me. 51 minutes in, it is still goalless. If you haven't already given me your prediction for this game, or you fancy a change in prediction, let me know in the comments. Personally, I'm sticking with a Liverpool win. However, I thought 2-1, 400 people. I thought it might be different for each store. Obviously, different sizes and things. When fans go back to normal, there will be no streams, but lots of uploads of fans, etc. Yeah, definitely. I'll still be live though, because I don't go to any of these games. Liverpool fans admit you're missing Lovren. They're all missing Lovren now because they got no one to play there. Although I'm glad I can get a trim next week. Ridiculous how Greater Manchester is in tier 3, but London is in tier 2. It is really weird, dude. It is really weird. Apparently Boris didn't want it going into tier 3. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a haircut as well. Mine's booked for the 9th. I don't think it's the staff. I think it's people panic buying. It's Christmas alongside the lockdown. So only 70 people. That's nice. But I suppose there'd be a hell of a queue because it's obviously quite a big shop. It's Black Friday yesterday. Yeah, that's true. Do you think we will go into a third national lockdown? Well, I'm not sure he knows all the answers to everything. Exeter have gone 3-1 up now against Gillingham just before half time. Got the 3 points. Yes, Minamino to Henderson. Henderson goes out wide and finds Robertson. Robertson plays it further out wide. There were people in March buying excess toilet roll. I think there was sort of this how do I word this? Like I think there was a little bit of confusion as to what lockdown would actually look like and how much we'd be able to allow to go out and stuff. So they were buying lots of stuff. So if we weren't allowed out and shops were to close, there'd be plenty. As this time there wasn't that happening because we sort of had a rough idea of what it would. Here's Danny, well back, shoots straight at Allison. So I think that's what we need. We didn't know the fear of the unknown, if you will. Guess who's back? Toby think I was tuning back in. If you haven't already, guys, I'd appreciate a like on the video. And all of flour gone, and so with the bread. Oh, flour was awful. There was so little flour, which is annoying because I was making pizza. Connors Key Nomads have immediately equalised against Barry Town after Barry Town took the lead. Not that I mean the people interested in Connors Key Nomads versus Barry Town probably isn't going to be watching the stream, but hey ho, and I say hey, hey, living like a renegade. I expect Doncaster to beat Carlisle tomorrow as they are in League One, so all the pressure on them. Carlisle got nothing to lose. Yeah, I think so as well, dude. I think so as well. What happened to Salah's goal? It was offside, just about. Are you doing any watch-alongs today or tomorrow? Should be one tomorrow. It was Black Friday as well yesterday, so possible a lot of people was in the store because of cheap deals. Yeah, you're right. But I think they're all weekend. I don't want to be bloody stuck there for ages. I have to see what's in the freezer. We could have some veggie fingers. I have to have veggie fingers, you know. Yeah, exactly. No one knows in the FA Cup. It could go either way. Here is Matt Ryan. I haven't heard much of Rich. Are you still watching, Rich? Trossard. Yeah, I got a payout from YouTube this week, and I bought a Hoover. So, exciting life of Mike. Black sales, online sales are crazy. Prize money each round helps Carlisle in circumstances. Yeah, it helps everybody. It's good. Shame they couldn't put it up more and try and take a bit less from the winners. It is Bradford versus Oldham today. My dad supports Oldham. Nice. Why support Oldham? I saw them play. I saw they played Exeter a few weeks ago, And Danny Rowe, who played for Fylde, scored an absolutely amazing free kick. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a fact. Because Kuhl's there at the moment, isn't he? I think. Nice bit of information there. What I like is somebody coming in about a random team and me adding a little bit on, if that makes sense. A little bit of tiny information. Reading have taken the lead against Bristol City. Reading won at Bristol City 0 after 54 minutes. I'm looking for a Watchalong guest on Sunday. Mike, are you available? What stream are you doing? But I'll probably be doing one of my own. Carlisle are in tier 2. Yeah, that's all right though, because up north it's pretty tier 3 pretty much tier 3 much. Once you pass for sort of like Shrewsbury or Worcester, you're getting into tier 3 category. Or Swansea game versus Forest on Sky. Nice. I hope it goes well for you. I don't know what time I finish work on Sundays, so I'm not sure I'll be able to at 12 a.m. Could you imagine? I'm not sure what time I'll be done. Just why I'm not 100% sure on like 12 o'clock kickoff. Does that make sense? Morecambe have equalised against Solihull Moors. Cole Stockton with the goal. So there'll be 2,000 fans on Wednesday for Carlisle versus Salford. Will you be one of those 2,000s, Chris? Yeah, I just know that I finish work at like, sometimes I finish about 11:30. So, but sometimes I finish at like 9 or 10. So. It's nice. It's nice when I finish early and I get to go home. There is Sadio Mane warming up. There is Curtis Jones warming up on the pitch, which isn't allowed. Why so late? So on Sunday I start at 6, and sometimes we finish at 9 a.m. So not like 9 p.m. or whatever, but 9 a.m. and sometimes we finish at 11. It just depends on how fast we do all the trolleys. Which fans go to stadiums? Just season ticket holders, or will there be a raffle? It depends on which sort of team you're talking about. So for Hereford, for example, who are in tier 2, it will probably just be the people who bought season tickets and things like that, followed by, and then it will just go to, you know, they'll have like a system. If you are someone like Liverpool or Brighton, for example, then you'd have to have some sort of raffle or something to be able to allow, because you'd have more than 4,000 or 2,000 in this case. Jota goal! Really nice finish. So yeah, you'd have more, if you know what I mean. You'd have more than that. So you'd have to raffle them out or something. So yeah, there we are. Diogo Jota with the goal. And Lalana is coming on. Put that bet on Jota. Oh yes, Josh. I'm not sure he's in the chat, but well, hopefully he's got the. I'm not sure if he had a shot though. Yeah, it does. Goes past 1, goes past 2, puts it into the corner. Lovely, lovely, lovely finish. Lovely finish indeed. And Liverpool take the lead. And with that goal, we'll go top of the table. Lovely finish. Nice finish. Nice finish. He is setting the world on fire. He is doing really, really, really well. Really well. I'm going to get my squash. See Wink's goal midweek. I did not. No, I didn't. Scored 56 yards. Well, Harry Winks. Really, really nice finish. They said he's got 8 and 8, which is really, really good. Jota doing super. Adam Lallana is set to come on. I will have to look it up if I remember. But that is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Elche are down to 10 men in their game after well, almost half time in that one. Liverpool probably going to win the league again. All it takes is a +1 goal each game. March. Trossard. And ball. Penalty. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, he's given offside. So Brighton have got a penalty, but they are just checking it for offside. Looks offside. Yeah, he's offside. He's way offside. Do you think Newcastle versus Chelsea game at the weekend was good or bad? I didn't really enjoy it too much. Yeah, definitely offside. Yeah, he was going to give the penalty, so they got lucky there that he was slightly offside. I say slightly, he was a lot offside. Connolly has come off, and Adam Lallana has come on, former Liverpool player, of course. Back on the south coast with Brighton this time. Because he was at Southampton, but did he come through at Southampton? He did come through at Southampton. Started his career at Bournemouth. Like his youth career at Bournemouth. Interesting, I never knew that. Yeah, so he's born in St Albans, which I didn't know either. Interesting. Miles offside, yeah, it was. Brighton play Southampton next. They are allowing 2,000 in. It's great because you're from that sort of area, aren't you? It is great to see fans finally back, even if it's just a small amount. Throw in. Sadio Mane is set to come on. No man, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Salah is coming off. He's really annoyed that he's being replaced. Well, I mean, if he hasn't heard of Klopp, that players can't possibly play more than one every 3 days. 2-1 to Morecambe. Cole Stockton has turned it round with another goal. 2-1 against Solihull Moors, and Gillingham is 3-1 down to Exeter at half time. And Salah has just come off for Mane. How you doing, No Man? Salah not happy at all. That's stupid by Trossard. He has the pace. He has the dribbling to beat and catch up to that ball. It's easy done though, isn't it? To be offside, slightly offside. Yeah, and Connolly's also upset. Minamino. I personally think even if you're really, really unhappy about the decision to come off, you shouldn't ever like throw a tantrum. I really, really, really don't. I really am not a big fan of that. I would not do that at all. I just come off and speak to him after. Firmino. Sadio Mane. I'm really not a big fan of it at all. I'm not something I would do. Henderson. Milner. Tries to play in. Minamino. He's through. And Lewis Dunk gets there first just as he was about to put it into the back of the net. So who is everyone else is team playing today? So Chelsea have obviously got Swansea. So they've got Tottenham. Who has Swansea got today? Tyler does not look happy. No, he doesn't. He doesn't look happy. But there's bigger fish to fry. But I suppose it's only 1-0, so things could change. But obviously he feels now they've got a goal, they will go on and win this game. That's why they've taken him off. Also, he probably hasn't been like that too much a part of plans. Free kick to Brighton. I wouldn't be a happy star player for them, big player. I just don't understand. I just think there's no need, especially if you're moaning about all the games you're playing, then you know it makes sense for him to be replaced. I understand why he's done it. I don't understand why he's annoyed. He hasn't done a lot in this game, but I don't think I think if you're 1-0 up and you've been playing a lot of games, you know, it makes sense to me. He wants to keep the squad fresh. I think is what I'm trying to get at there, and I think it makes sense to take him off. Musala, he could pull out the rabbit right out of the hat even when playing bad. Yeah, definitely. But they've still got Firmino on the pitch. They've still got Jota, who's opened the scoring, of course. They've got Mane, they've just brought on for him. So they've still got plenty of options. When you've got a lot of games to play, you have to manage your team well. Not all of them can play constantly, because if you play constantly, you're going to not play as well eventually. Firmino equals overrated. I think he works well in the team. No need to both cry. Ryan to take this goal kick. Won't be long until the Euros. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to that. Wales are going to the Euros, I think. Wales are going to the Euros, aren't they? Are they? I think they are. Scotland are going to the Euros. Northern Ireland aren't going to the Euros. I don't think Ireland are either. England are going to the Euros, of course. Does anyone know how is the second commentator? Who is the second commentator? On the game, it's Steve McManaman. Like Italy. I'm not sure on every team going to. I assume they are. I was just naming the ones in the UK. We have Italy in our group. Right. As long as we get out the group, that's all that matters, right? I'm not going to pull up any trees, are we? I mean, I might be wrong. We might put up some trees. Wales, Italy. Oh, we have Wales in our group. Wales, Italy, Turkey, Switzerland. Could get out the group. Do you know where this Gareth out thing came from? I'm not a big fan of him, but the movement has risen so quickly it feels reactionary. Yeah, so basically we were playing 3-5-2 at the World Cup. And then we moved after that to a 4-3-3, and we started to look pretty good, I feel. And then for me, all of a sudden we went back to the 3-5-2, and we've gone very, very defensive all of a sudden. I'm not a big fan of it. And he's not interested in Grealish very much, and I'm not a big fan of that. End of the day, he is not the man to take us to the next level. There's no doubt about it. Corner comes in for Liverpool, headed away. And headed away again. Our bold assistant manager, Southgate. At the end of the day, he is not going to take us to the tournament. And we've got quite a good side, and he's not going to take us to that next level, which nobody has done in the past. Who should replace him? Well, this is just it. There isn't anyone to replace him at the moment. There's options, but there's nobody you think, that's the guy. We need somebody. I know he's very, 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 very controversial. Jose Mourinho is a knockout manager. He might be able to take us all the way. It won't be amazing football. Lallana has just come off after only being on the pitch for 7 minutes. He's just been replaced by Jahan Bach. So yeah, we were. Jeremy, thank you much for tuning in. How you doing? We were the best defensive country in the Nations League. I did not know that. It's good. It's good. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't think Wales do that much in the tournament, but I didn't think that in 2016, and look what happened. One goal in the whole tournament. That is good. Basuma is down. Milner is also down on a separate note. Yeah, I might have some veggie fingers when I finish this, which I'm sure you're all excited for. Gutted for Lallana. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Just gets clattered by Wijnaldum. Alfie's okay. Oh, I've taken him for a little walk earlier, so he's doing okay. But he ran straight through the tunnel. Yeah. Curtis Jones is going to be coming on. For injuries won't leave him alone. No, we were talking earlier about Danny Welbeck and Wilshere and stuff, and it is really annoying when, well, it's sad for the players who can't just catch a break with injuries. Imagine if all your subscribers turn up to a surprise party and bought you a gift. Yeah, although it'd be a bit too much for me, really, having 4,500 people turning up to see me. Yeah, that'd be quite a lot. 2-2, Morecambe 2, Solihull Moors 2, Jordan Cranston with the goal. Back leg just in replay. Hopefully he's okay, but it's not nice. Milner is just coming off as well for Jones, and that is the third and final sub. And it's still 17 minutes to play. So if there were to be any more injuries for Liverpool, it would go a bit pear-shaped. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries. I do feel a bit sorry for him, but these things happen. So free kick to Brighton. Free kick to Brighton just outside sort of around the 25-30 yard mark. Welbeck is just taking a drink and he'll be back on soon. March takes it and Alisson is equal to it. Milner looks like he's about to cry going off. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury for him. It doesn't look like it, to be fair. Look, he's pulled his hamstring. So it looks like Curtis Jones is playing right back at the moment, which is interesting. Doesn't strike me as someone who could play right back, but the other options could have had one of the defenders like Reece Williams. But yeah, with Alexander-Arnold and Gomez out, and Williams coming off, which now looks like a bad decision, they're knackered. Best ever Premier League goalkeeper. I wasn't old enough to watch Schmeichel. Van der Sar was good, but for me, Peter Cech's probably the best goalkeeper I've seen. Super. For a long time as well. Manchester City's team. Ederson is in goal for Manchester City today. Walker, Stones, Ruben Diaz and Mendy. So no Laporte. De Bruyne, Rodri and Gundogan. And Mahrez, Jesus and Torres. Peacock Fowl for Burnley is in goal. Loughton, Tarkowski, me and Taylor is at the back. Rodriguez, Benson, Westwood and McNeil and Wood and Barnes are up front. Klopp heard Jones's accent and thought he was Trent. It's got a weird accent, hasn't he? Pitch Michael and Van der Sar. Yeah, Van der Sar definitely was also a very, very good goalkeeper. Cech and Prime De Gea pushing him. Yeah, I really like Cech, but that was when I was like really young, so I really respected him. Bristol City have equalised against Reading. Naki Wells with the equalising goal 17 minutes from time. So we still have around 14 minutes to play. Why couldn't Reading hold out? They've still got plenty of time to go. Phillips is down now. No, it's going to be, we've got too many games coming up, but hate Bristol with a passion. Do you hate them more than Cardiff? Or would you prefer Cardiff? There's no way you prefer Cardiff, right? So Phillips is up on his feet now, and he will have to continue, really, because there's no one else to come on. Inter Milan have taken the lead against Sassuolo. Alexis Sanchez with the goal. No. But Cardiff, Swansea and Bristol, it's a three-way derby. I never knew that Swansea and Bristol. I know that Cardiff and Bristol have the seven-side derby, don't they? Ben White goes long, looking for Welbeck, but only finds the hands of Alisson. Can you, as a footy fan, hate any team more than your club rivals? Yeah. So I used to really hate Shrewsbury, which are the Hereford's local team. But when Hereford went bust, you sort of realised that these things just, you don't wish that on your, you don't wish that to happen to anyone. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I personally feel that. So I sort of don't like teams like Manchester United as much, but I know that nothing like that will ever happen to them. So, end of the day, when you have a club go bust, you realise that those things just are quite irrelevant. So yeah. Teams I hate: Manchester City, Liverpool, Brentford, Forest, Cardiff and Bristol. Why Brentford? Seems a weird one. Webster. Reading have regained the lead. 2-1 now to Reading. Here is Trossard, who came on in the first half for Mopé after he missed a penalty and picked up an injury. How did he come on, Reading? Exactly, Reading have regained the lead. Matt Ryan. He's been a solid goalkeeper, hasn't he? He's been solid for them over the years. Minamino. Looking for Henderson, but loses the ball. Is there a hand in there? Nothing given on Pascal Gross. Brentford knocked us out of the playoffs. Right. Also, I remember that. Also, our right back had a face-off with their manager. Seems a bit weird, their manager. It's weird and nice having Liverpool be hated. You're hated because you're, particularly like the older generations, because you're the best team in the world at the time. Sorry, I hit that accidentally, Swansea Union. Also, Southampton I hate because they got relegated. I remember that. I don't really hate that many teams. I don't think I hate any of the teams, really. And the thing is, in this line of hobby, I can't come across as... I don't want to come across as biased. Does that make sense? I don't want to come across as biased. Solly March. Ball comes in. Oh! It's coming and it... Robertson almost puts it in the back of his own net. Comes off his knee and it just goes over the bar. Game isn't over yet. Cardiff, Swansea, top 7 derbies in the UK. Best derby in Wales, sure. It was... I think he knew what he was doing, but it was quite close. And it comes from Jahanbakhsh. Headed away. It comes out to March. He needs to keep it down. And he doesn't catch it very well at all, really. That was really, really, really poor. Oh, Jahanbakhsh would have got the header there. It would almost certainly been an equaliser. Salford City are a man down in their game against Newport. Thomas Asante has been sent off for a straight red card. Andre Ayew, Salah. Trossard looking to play it long. Here is Jota. Jota running forward. Good tackle by Ben White. And he's yellow card. Looks like a good challenge to me, but apparently not. Jota is down. Looks like he's. We'll see what happens. I don't think that's it. I don't think there's anything in that. I don't even think that should be a free kick. That's not. I don't even think that should be a free kick to Liverpool. I think that's a fine challenge. And talking about them checking it for VAR is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. But White has been booked. Who else plays for Swansea? Let me have a look. Gosh, Toby, you've been a fan of the channel for absolutely ages. Because I remember talking, Swansea was one of Kelly's options. And I was like, oh yeah, and you're like, oh yeah, definitely come to Swansea. Matt Grimes, Toby, has, my girlfriend has met at, ball comes in. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely header. Goal. I mean, it shouldn't be for me, it shouldn't be a free kick. But it is 2-0. Sadio Mane with the goal. Headed in. And it is over now. It's 2-0 and surely over. Yeah, so Grimes is from Exeter. And he went to the... he's offside. So we have the VAR. And... yeah, he went to the shop that my girlfriend works at, and yeah, checking it up, checking. Decision decided, no goal. The game is still on, which is justified really, because I don't think it was a free kick to Liverpool in the first place. And who else plays? Morgan Gibbs-White. Interesting. Wayne Routledge, I didn't know he played. Joel Latibedia, he was at City. Kyle Norton, a blast in the past. Interesting. Casey Palmer. Interesting. Basuma is fouled by Mane and it will be a free kick to Brighton. Gilberto Carlos. That's a cool name. Never been to Swansea Stadium. But I have a scratch-off map with all of the teams in it from this season. Or last season. So I'm going to visit all of the stadiums at some point. Basuma. Just couldn't find Joel Veltman there. And it will be a free goal kick to Liverpool. Why is Rich gone quiet? He must be doing something. I remember Kelly in her uni talk with Swansea. Yeah, she had 5 options, I think. One of them was Swansea. It was ages ago. That would have been 18 months ago, I would say. Coming up to 2 years ago, probably now. Yeah, 2 years ago. Crazy. Good stuff. Solly March plays it out wide, finds Trossard. There's a couple in the box. Can't really get the ball, and he's going to have to put it off to someone. He finds March again. Basuma. A lot of people have left, to be fair, but obviously they can't be around forever. But, you know, some of my subscribers have probably changed so much. I've changed so much. You go and watch my early videos. I've obviously lost a lot of weight. I've coloured my hair. So I look completely different as well. Never mind what all my subscribers, because some of them would have like, aged a lot. Media reunion night. Yeah, definitely. Paige was a nutter. Yeah. Yeah, I remember her. Would you rather visit the 92 grounds or spend a month in Australia? That's a question for everyone. I'd rather visit 92 grounds, I think. Here's... Oh, it's a corner. It's a corner kick to Brighton. Michael did it for charity. Nice. Like I say, I've got the scratch-off map, so I want to do all of them. I've never been to Swansea's ground. Never even been to Swansea. My granddad's ashes are at Mumbles, which I think is near Swansea. I'm sure you know what I mean, Toby. Gross's ball in. And it's going to be away by Robertson. I think they will mumble to Swansea. Yeah. So that's a bit of an interesting fact for you. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to visit Australia at some point, but I wouldn't want to go there for a month anyway. Too long for me. The boy had missed me, wouldn't he? Couldn't cope without the boy. There's a foul by Welbeck on Fabinho, and it will be a free kick to Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to see this one out and get the 1-0. End of the day, it's not the nicest win, it's not the prettiest win, but it will be enough to take them to the top of the table. Clear by 3 points now. Sassuolo 0, Inter Milan 2. Vlad Kirichez with the goal, former Tottenham player. They include the National League now. It's 112. It's not on my list anyway. If they did that, if that was on my list as well, I'd be able to scratch off a lot more because. Trossard goes to cross it and just miskicks it completely. I've done a lot of those, so. I mean, I've probably got a fair few in the National League, I would say. Been to Notts County. Maybe not. Maybe not. Just Notts County, I think. Just Notts County. You completely ignore everything I've just said. However, I have been to Macclesfield, who would be in the league. But yeah, a lot to go by. It'd be nice to visit all of the places. I mean, some of them might be. I'm not really looking forward to visiting Bradford, but it'd be nice to get all of them included. Check me with that bloody vaccine and get me back to Liberty. It will be nice to go back to the stadiums of our choosing for sure. Jamie Proctor has made it 1-0 to Newport in the second round of the FA Cup. They're always really good in the FA Cup and the League Cup, aren't they? Newport, they always seem to do quite well. I remember them knocking out Leicester and taking Tottenham to a replay a few years ago. If I won Lotto, I would do 92 in a year. We'll finish it off. I've done 54, including Wembley. Looking for a penalty on Welbeck. Oh, he does catch him. He does catch him. There is a VAR here. It could be a late penalty. It's not a lot in it. I don't think they will give it because there's just a tiny amount in it. Buddy knocked us out this year, Newport. Oh, that was in the League Cup, wasn't it? He catches him. There's no doubt he catches him. It's just a case of whether he decides it is a penalty or not. I don't think he'll give it. But Dembaba has scored for Istanbul. Seen him going. Yeah, you have. You have. Lots of angry faces. I don't think there's enough in that. He is going to the monitor. So Stuart Atwell is going to the monitor. This could be big. This could be big. Big weekend, because if... Yeah, I think he's going to give it. Penalty! Right at the death. Brighton have got a penalty. Another penalty. And it will be a penalty to Brighton. So they have gone to the monitor. So Mope is off, and he's already missed one, so it won't be him taking it. Please score or miss in the comments. Pascal Gross will take. He is usually pretty good at dead ball situations. I am going to go with a goal here. I think he will score. Let me know what you think. So he has gone to the monitor. Chris, obviously that was going to happen. It's very, very small score. Miss, says Swansea. I demand a miss as well. Allison is getting ready. Gross as he's got the ball on the spot. Two goals rolled out. A penalty has been missed. And our penalty as well. Through a VAR decision. Pascal Gross steps up. Takes a lot of touches. Scores! Klopp's upset. But the rules are the rules. He touched him. And I thought he'd give it. But there wasn't a lot in it. And it is 1-1. And Brighton are going to potentially get a very, 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 very important point if they can hold on. However, they did get a late goal against Manchester United and then all cocked it up at the end, didn't they, of course? So that's something we need to consider. Rome, thank you much for tuning in. How are you doing? Thank you much for joining the stream. So this will be a very, very valuable point, and it means that Liverpool will go 1 point ahead of Tottenham as things stand, with Tottenham playing tomorrow against third place Chelsea. Brighton with a point there will be 6 points ahead of the drop zone. Klopp having a go at the assistant. Why is he having a go at the assistant? The assistant didn't give it. So Pascal Gross has equalised in the 93rd minute. There will be some more added on time. There's still time for them to win. That is something that we need to still remain and still consider here. Personally, I think Liverpool will throw everything at it here, and it will be interesting to see if they can get a winning goal. Brighton really need to hold on. But as things stand, it is 1-1. Trossard, he loses the ball. Here is Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones finds Henderson, who goes back to Williams. William plays it to Fabinho. Robertson. Wijnaldum. And it is a free kick. Jahanbakhsh wins the ball back. It comes off Wijnaldum and it will be a throw-in. Very, very well done. Very well done. Poor old Liverpool. Don't laugh at Liverpool. Is the contact clear? Yes. Is it obvious? Yes. Is it clear and obvious? I'm not so sure. But that's the decision that's been given, and it will be 1-1. We are into the overtime now, so we have done 5 minutes. They could go up to 97 minutes as Reading have made it 3-1 and have secured all 3 points against Bristol City. It was Lucas João with the goal after 92 minutes. Here is Welbeck. Gross. Jahanbakhsh goes out wide looking for March. March picks it up. It's out for a throw-in from Curtis Jones, and it will be a throw-in to Brighton. Have your fun while you can. Hey, it's plenty of time to go, yeah. Anything could happen. Not in this game, obviously, but I mean, like, anything can happen in the league. They're trying to keep the ball in the corner. It takes a touch. Has it gone in? It hasn't. It's stayed in. Headed forward. Welbeck. Jahan Batch. Hit it. Ooh, takes a touch and it will be a corner. VAR is a joke, says JLM. It was an interesting call. Oh, yeah, he is. He's even quite nice, actually. We are 1 subscriber away from 70. 4,770. Which would be great. So, corner kick. They'll probably just keep it in the corner, or will he go for the jugular and go for the win? They haven't put many forward, so they're trying to protect the point. I feel like he will whip it in, though. He does whip it in. Headed over by Webster. That is going to be that. Full time. It has finished. Brighton 1, Liverpool 1. So Liverpool, what a disappointment for them, conceding right at the death of penalty. They had a penalty conceded right at the start after 20 minutes. Mopé missed, and then Salah 14 minutes later made it 1-0. That goal was ruled out through offside, and that is how it remained at the break. Diogo Jota scored a lovely, lovely goal to make it 1-0 after an hour. Then a slightly strange move. He brought off Salah and brought on Mane, which I thought was a little bit strange. But then Mane scored to make it 2-0 and wrap the game up. However, that one was ruled out for offside, which I thought was offside as well. However, there was a little bit of... I know. I just keep making mistakes, as do they. I thought it was offside as well. However, I didn't think it was a free kick in the first place. And then, right at the death, a foul on Danny Welbeck by Andy Robertson, and a penalty from Pascal Gross straight down the middle and made it 1-1. And that is how it remains. Klopp's having to go to the referee. I don't think he understands the rules. So it's contact. Okay. Anyway, that is how it remains. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. We are on the way to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone who's watching. It is full time here. Brighton 1, Liverpool 1. Sponsor Union, thank you so much for tuning in. JLM, thank you so much for tuning in as well. The Black Man, thank you so much for tuning in. And Nick, thank you so much for tuning in. And Ronan, Chris, and Rich, and everyone else who tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.